Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sen Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
Yeah, it's a good Friday afternoon. That's when we record.
Yeah. Keeping a schedule, usually.
Okay,
uh,
let's do a reflection of the year so far.
oh
How's
yeah.
your year been so far, Steve?
Well, not too bad. Not too bad. You know, for me, kind of just rekindled my previous relationship. But the thoughts, the negative thoughts are still there, but not as severe as it was previously. How about you?
It's definitely had its ups and downs. My mental health has been going all over the place, and it's just... I got really depressed before my birthday, and this is actually a real thing for people. They get for some reason, anxiety becomes more prevalent, like right before your birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like watching a video, and it's actually quite common for men to die the day before their birthday and women to die the day after. And we can't explain why that happens, but it's a common thing that actually occurs for people to die close to their birthday.
Damn. Alright, well, it's my birthday soon in like 2 months, so I gotta watch out.
It's more in older people. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, the dog's barking. But we continue.
Yeah, this year's been alright, you know.
The economy though. Do you know how much bread costs nowadays?
Dude,
the cheapest bread is like $2.50. That's insane. It used to be $1.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't even eat bread anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the high quality loaves, it's like $5 plus, man. That's I don't even want to look at it.
Like, shopping's getting expensive. Like, there's a lot of things like I want to do in life, but as the economy gets worse and worse, I got rent to pay, bills to pay, you know, and have to buy food as well. Your savings are getting smaller and smaller every year.
Yeah, and speaking of that, my car radio just came in, so that's another 800 gone for a year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're talking about the economy. You want to talk about the dating economy? You're in a relationship.
Dating economies, well, I think it's more expensive than the actual economy, you could say. I'd say so. Like, let me give an example, guys. You go out, you take a girl out on a date, yeah, and you know, you kind of enjoy their company, you kind of like them, or whatever the case is. And then it's like you pay for everything, right? And then as soon as you stop paying for everything, like you set the bar up, like the standards up there by being, you know, chivalrous and being the gentleman and paying, you know, for the first date and stuff. But you know, it doesn't benefit you in the end, right? So I don't know. I would recommend finding a girl that would go 50-50 on, like, with you, or at least is willing to, you know, or would say she would. And obviously us guys or girls, being the gentlemen that we are, we would, you know, we would just pay without hesitation. So, not even that. Like, I think it's worse if, you know, you get married and then your partner decides to all of a sudden have a change of heart. I think that's the worst, you know.
You talking about like alimony?
Yeah,
get hot.
or yeah, or even like back when I was working with DHL, one of the workers there, one of my colleagues, I think she was 26 or something at the time. This was like 3 years ago or so, and she was like, "Oh, I was married, to a guy, and I think it was like 6 months in, and I suddenly realized I was actually gay, and I'm like, whoa,
Wait,
wait a minute, hold up, you
hold on.
telling me you dated a guy for this long, and then you guys decide to get married, and you just all of a sudden find out that you're gay? That blows my mind."
So she never knew up until she got married. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, I know. Man's just lost half of everything that he owned.
Get a prenup, boys.
Yeah, to find out that his ex-wife was just gay. I don't know. That's crazy.
I don't know. Does it really take that long to figure out you're gay?
Right? Like,
Mm,
surely, like, during your teenage years, you'd experiment and figure it out yourself, right?
yeah, everyone's bisexual in their teenage years, right? Sure.
Oh, in a way, sorta. You tend to lean towards one side more than the other, but, each to their own.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, going back to like going on dates with people.
Mm.
Like everything's so expensive. Like, why wouldn't people go 50-50? But I
Yeah,
know
right?
like some girls get the ick though
Mm.
from men not paying. Oh
Yeah.
my, talking about icks, like anything can be ick.
Oh, yeah.
I read this
You've
post.
heard of have you heard of the guy with the ick list?
Yeah, he like goes on TikTok and he finds girls talking about her icks and he just writes them down. It's like up to 300 something now.
Oh, the last I checked, it was like 600.
600. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
god. Like, I read like this post the other day. This girl got the ick because this guy dropped a coin out of his pocket and he chased after it.
What?
Yeah. Like,
Man,
do guys get icks?
I would say I get the ick when girls say they get the ick.
Yeah.
It's like what? They like each to their own, but like you don't have to like say it. Like if you don't like it, like you don't have to say it. If it's not positive, just don't say it. But like,
When he smiles too much. Ick.
oh
my
yeah.
god. Yeah, but I don't know, like I guess guys can get the ick. But not like over like dumb things like women sometimes get the ick over.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's not all women.
yeah, it's not all. Sorry for generalizing. I apologize, women.
Hey, yeah, sorry guys, we're just ranting on this episode.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I've talked about it before, like, trying to get into, like, the casual side of dating. The hookups. But I just can't bring myself to do it. Like,
Yeah,
oh, like,
I think it's more of it's more like how you are as a person. Like if you can do it without the emotional connection being attached, then you'll be able to do it for sure. But if you can't, then yeah, it's a big difference. It's a big world of difference there.
yeah. Like, dating just feels so difficult nowadays. I don't know if it's like the requirements of dating or am I just not good enough? to date?
Dude, I think it's just the standards these days. Because during my breakup, my single phase, I was on dating apps, right? And like I personally don't think I'm that ugly. I think I'm pretty average, right? And like, sure, I'm not that tall, but like, I wouldn't say I have the best personality ever, but I wouldn't say, like, I'm not an asshole, so, and it's like, you try to talk to girls and stuff, or even if you do approach them in person and whatnot, it's like, you don't even get a shot, you don't even get a chance.
Yeah,
So,
like,
how do you find someone if no one's even willing to give you a chance?
no, like, I feel that. Like, I go through body dysmorphia, so
Mm,
I find it really hard to look in the mirror because, like, I feel like so ugly. I see my body, I see my face, I notice every single flaw. And
mm,
it's like really disheartening. And I guess that's why I don't use dating apps, because I'm like, oh, what's the point? You know? No one's ever gonna swipe right. Is it right? I don't know.
yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, no one's ever gonna swipe right on me. And I'm sure personality does matter, but I feel like I've been mistreated like all my life for things that were out of my control. By like uh both men and women.
Mm.
Like, you know about pretty privilege, right?
Yeah, we've spoke about that previously. Yeah,
Mm.
that's a real thing, definitely.
Yeah, so like I just feel I haven't been treated well in my life because I'm not conventionally attractive, and because my mental illnesses, like my social life and social skills aren't the best. So like I just don't know what to do because the standard for dating just feels so high right now. And I
Yeah,
don't feel like I meet any of the criteria.
yeah, the criteria is pretty up there, if I say so myself.
Like, how do you know when you're good enough to date? Because I
You
just feel
don't.
like you don't. Damn.
Yeah, you just don't. It's kind of like it's like, so if someone is interested in you, right? If someone is genuinely interested in you, then all of your flaws just disappear. That's why there's that saying where people say love is blind. And that's facts.
Yeah. I just feel unlovable sometimes. Like, I just feel like no one can like me in a romantic way. Like my family life and my platonic life, my friends and that's like very fulfilling. And
Mm.
that keeps me going. But romantically, like I feel like my romantic life has been dead. Like I don't think anyone will ever ask me out or have feelings for me in it.
Yeah.
And like I just don't know how to get over those feelings right now I'm having.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult, you know, but I would recommend, just working on yourself first, as what usually everyone recommends that. And yeah, usually the thing is, when you're not seeking a relationship, of all of a sudden you get the attention of, of girls. Right?
Can't
Like
relate.
literally,
Can't relate.
like in my experience, that is like, because like I go out with my friends and stuff, and um You know, like if I'm like out there, like at the clubs or something, you know, like I've already got a girlfriend, and I'm just here hanging out with my boys, you know, and then like a random girl would sometimes just come up to you and just start talking to you, and like you're like, oh, sorry, I'm just here with the boys tonight. Like, bye.
Mm.
Like usually they come up, they're like, oh, hi, you here by yourself? I'm like, nah, I'm here with my mates, and then they usually like, um, oh, okay, and I usually, you know, just strike a conversation because I'm nice. Say, oh yeah, yeah, what about you? And they're usually like, oh yeah, I'm here with my friends too. I'm like, oh yeah, where are they? And then, you know, they usually point in the crowd, but I can't see shit. You know, too pissed to even give
Yeah.
a shit. You know, just striking up casual convo, and okay, yeah, it's cool. And usually they say like, oh, are you single? And I'm like, well, I'm usually like, you know, does it look like I am? And they're usually like, no. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that's usually how the convos go, really. Or either that, or like I completely like snub them because I'm too shit faced to even bother, you know, striking a casual convo with them. You know,
Mm.
I'm just rocking my head to the music and trying to find my friends that are lost in the crowd. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I just people don't approach me like that. And the only time a woman ever did approach me, it dragged me into a cult.
Oh,
Did I ever tell you about that?
I think you've mentioned it before. Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, so there's this Korean doomsday Christian cult called Shincheonji.
Mm.
It's pretty prevalent in Korea, South Korea.
Yeah.
So basically, they try and recruit people into their religion. It's one of those religions like, oh, you can only be saved for us, you can only get to heaven for us, kind of
Yeah.
religions. Anyway, this Korean woman, when I'm in the library, one day approaches me and she's like, hi, how you going and that. So we're just striking conversation.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, can you help me with my English? I'm like, yeah, sure. I got nothing else to do. And then afterwards, she invites me to come to a Bible study.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm like,
As in like a legitimate Bible study, or like the
yeah,
Kush
Bible
Bible
study.
study?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I'm like, why not? I need more things to do in my life. So I
Yeah.
start going, and starts normal and that, right? They teach you
Yeah.
like anything like a Christian Bible study will teach you. And then as it goes further and further on, it gets more and more crazy. Like, they're teaching like stuff like you can only say prayer like this, you can only do this. And I started questioning a bit,
Yeah.
but I kept going because I had nothing else really going on in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got to the point like, I'm done with this. This is too crazy for me. But yeah, the more I research into it, it's like this crazy ass cult. Their leader literally believes he's the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez.
Like the literal reincarnation of Jesus. Like, I don't know, man. It was intense.
That's really something.
Yeah, they're all. Oh, dude, they were all insane, though. The people who are actually members, like, they'll go
Yeah.
out, try and recruit people, and they teach you slowly, and then they start bringing in the, like, actual stuff. And it really gets some people, you know? They're like, oh, like, what if this is the only way I can be saved, and so on.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so if you get approached on the street and they ask you to come to a Bible study, don't go. I promise you, it's either a cult or they want something from you.
Yeah. Oh man.
One topic I seen online is teenage love. How
Hmm.
if you missed out on teenage love, like you missed out on an experience you'll never get back.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Damn.
Because I started dating fairly young. You know, I started dating fairly young, like literally like legitimate dating, like when I was like, I think year 7 or
Yes,
so.
7. Damn.
Year 7, 6, 7, something like that.
Yeah.
And like that kind of set me up for, you know, knowing what I want in a partner, you know. And it's like, oh, okay, so this girl's like this, so I don't really want that. And then the next girl, you're like, oh, okay, she's like this, I don't really want that. And then it kind of just builds up with the experience over time. And later on, you know, eventually you start seeking peace. So the main default is literally peace, you know. Like you just don't want to hassle too much, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, so it's like I think it took quite a while for me, and I think it took, you know, because I went through all the phases, you know, the teenage love and stuff, and then I stopped after that, you know, because I kind of knew what I wanted, and then I stopped having interest. Like, sure, I was, you know, I still liked girls, you know, I didn't turn gay or anything, or, you know, or bi or whatever. I was still just straight, but you know, I kind of knew what I wanted, and at that time, I guess I didn't have the time to be talking to girls because it was, you know, just school, and then after school was hanging out with friends, gaming with friends. So I didn't make time to like talk to girls and stuff, you know, like even though there were girls interested in me, I didn't make that time. Like sure, every now and then there'll be girls that would hit me up, because that was back then, right? That was during the era of when girls would message first. And then they like, you know, I wasn't too interested, because I had my own things going on, you know, assignments and stuff. Got to do them all last minute, keeping busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, just gaming, and then I dated a girl for like I think a week, because I went to Melbourne, and I kind of liked the girl, and I dated her for like a week because, you know, I genuinely liked her, but then it was kind of a long distance too. So, you know, you know, I'm in a different state, and she's in Melbourne, so it's like, oh, okay, you know, like we're still teenagers and we're not working, so it's gonna be a while till we see each other and stuff, you know. So I kind of told her after the first week, you know, because I didn't want to drag it on for too long, because if it's not gonna work out because of the distance, then it's gonna, you know, just ruin it later on anyway. So I let her know, and you know, she was quite upset with it. She was a really nice girl, like genuinely nice girl, and she genuinely liked me back as well, because you know, I was like, because in the Hmong community, it's kind of small, so you know, everyone knows each other, and then I kind of just messaged one of my friends asking, "Hey, who's that?" And then, you know, like I just got the details off of him and kind of just started hitting her up, and you know, we were both interested in each other. Kind of like love at first sight, but I guess it didn't last. And yeah, and then after that, I think that was like in grade 9, dude.
Grade 9.
Yeah, and then after that, I was just like, yeah, I don't think relationships are for me. Like, you know, it's a lot of effort and stuff as well, and I just don't have that in me right now. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna be studying in my senior years too. So I got that in mind. Um, and then I kind of just stopped, dating after a while until high school finished. And that's when I had a lot of time on my hand, right? Because I was still, waiting for uni to start and, figuring out like what I want to do and whatnot. And then that's when I kind of started dating, outside of high school. And then not really dating actually. It was more like just talking to girls. And then at that time, girls were really stuck up. Like, I don't know. I don't even know why they're so stuck up. Like, you just say hi and you get like really dry replies, and you're like, okay, guess I'll go fuck myself. I guess you don't want to strike a casual convo, like, just like hi, like, how's your day and stuff. Like, not hard, but I guess it's a bit too hard for you. And then I was in that phase of just messaging girls, and it was kind of just dry, so I kind of dropped it. So it's like, what's the point of fucking like trying to look for a commitment when I can just, tap and gap? And that's when I hit 18, and I was playing a lot of sports. I was really fit, had an athletic body, was slim, and that's when I started just tapping and gapping. And eventually, we spoke in our relationship episode that, casual hookups, make sure you don't have strings attached. I kind of did get a little bit attached to one girl because we did go on quite a few dates and stuff, and she was a really nice girl, the Korean girl, and she was, she'd pay for things like without me having to, step up. She was obviously a few years older, but like I guess she was more mature in that aspect. And yeah, so like she would set up dates, she would pay, I'll set up dates, I would pay as well. And yeah, and then it was just casual hookups, obviously, for a while. Obviously she had to go back to Korea, as her working visa finished, but then it's like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, we kind of stayed in contact for like a little while too, just to have a casual convo and whatnot, see how each other is going. And then it was casual hookups, and then it was my committed relationship, and then that one was a long distance because she was all the way in Hong Kong, right? And that didn't really, well, I guess it sort of worked, but it sort of didn't work because she was very, very hard to deal with emotionally, because I'm a very easy and outgoing person, and it was really hard to like, kind of just deal with all the emotional trauma that she's kind of had. And it's like every time we would be with each other in person, like, long distance and stuff, like, if you don't see the person you love for a really long time and you see them, it's all just love and caring, right? But that kind of wasn't what it was. It was more like she would get angry at me over the tiniest things ever, and we would always just have arguments over that, So yeah, and then eventually I kind of got tired of it. There's a lot of drama in it as well between me and her, but I kind of just got tired of it. And then one day I just dropped it. I didn't even ask to stay as friends. I just told her, hey, look, like, I don't think this is gonna work out. That's it for us. And then, I just blocked her on everywhere. And that's the best thing to do, because what's the point of, staying as friends if, one person doesn't feel the same way as the other? And then, kind of went into a phase of talking to girls again, and I looked at it and I'm like, Jesus, man. Like, is it hoflation, or is it like dating inflation? I don't know. It's just pretty bad. And then I got into my relationship, and then the story from then over.
Yeah. Like, that sounds great. All those experiences so you can build up, learn what you want.
Yeah,
and eventually find the one for you. Hopefully.
hopefully.
Yeah. I don't know, my dating life has been pretty stale compared to yours. Like, not very eventful. I guess what I need to do is, like, find that confidence in myself
Mm.
and really push for it. Because I can't keep having the mindset, like, oh, girls are never gonna like me and that. Because I feel like they can sense that in you.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like an aura that you give off.
I wish I knew how to get back into dating, but I've been out of it for so long that I'm like scared almost to start again.
Yeah, I think a lot of social skills come into play in the dating aspect, because it's like, for me it comes just like naturally, because I'm just like talking to the person as if I'm talking to like someone I've known for a while already. So like, you know, it's just casual conversations over and over.
I know where to start and I know where my journey needs to go, but it's just been hard with my mental health. Like,
Yeah.
it's really been taking control over me. And I've been going to like my psychiatrist and that. Been on the medication, but I just feel like so useless as a person.
Yeah, it's a lot, like a lot in the mindset.
I feel like I've been given a bad hand in life, and it's not like a video game. There's no redos. You can't start from a new save file.
Yeah, there's no creating your character.
So I just feel stuck in like the person I am now, and it makes me like feel like dying.
The negative thoughts, yeah.
Like, I just see myself as the person I am now. I'm like, I really have to assist like this. I really have to keep going like this. My ambition in that is like almost gone, dude. I have my reasons to keep living, but like, it gets hard sometimes. Because I just see myself and I'm like, this person's disgusting. This person doesn't deserve to live. Like, what are you contributing to society? Like, you're just a mentally ill loser in that. And it's also my perfectionism too. Like, my standards for myself are just so high, and I feel like I never reach them. And it's just so hard when you have so many goals for yourself and they seem so far away.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that come into play. I think the most important thing is definitely mentality when it comes down to it.
It's just really hard to change my mentality because, like, I got the chronic depression, the clinical depression.
Yeah.
I got social anxiety. Like, if I have to meet new people, like, I'm almost shaking in my boots, dude. I feel like a lot of my friends I've made is through other people. I've rarely made friends through my own means. Like, there's some people I just click with instantly, but other people, it takes me like a long time to warm up to them.
Yeah.
I want to get out of this these feelings, this mental stump I'm on. Like, I want to be confident, I want to be talkative, I want to be optimistic, positive. But with my mental condition, it's just really hard sometimes. Like, my brain is just not in the right place. It doesn't function properly. It's the correct phrasing. I have to, like, know all this because I'm self-aware enough to know the situation I'm in, but not like smart enough to get myself out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do I do? Like, I've got a good friend support group, but even then, that doesn't help sometimes. I'm not saying my friends don't do a lot for me, because they do. But it's like an internal battle. I'm constantly battling with myself, and sometimes I just lose. And it's like really disheartening.
Yeah, it's the rough mentality. Have you seen a therapist lately or so as well?
I don't have a therapist, but I do have a psychiatrist. Should go into therapy again, but it's just... it's so expensive nowadays there.
Yeah.
Like, can I really afford like $200 to spend to go to a therapist?
Is it per session?
You get Medicare rebate, so it comes back down to like $85, but $85 is still a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes just not sure what to do. Like, I just feel like giving up would be easier, because giving up is the easiest thing you can do, but my body's fighting back. It's like, no, you're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. Like, I'm always trying to seek like a greater purpose in my life. Like, surely I have a greater purpose than this, the way I'm currently living. Like, surely there's something out there for me that I can do that's fulfilling, that will make me feel like I belong here. Because, I'm not gonna lie, I never really felt like I belong. I've always felt like an outcast. Even in my own friend groups, like, I love my friends, you know, and I like hanging out with them, but just sometimes I feel like I don't belong there.
Nah, I feel ya. I think the best thing you can do is kind of like set some goals on what you want to do. Because once you set some goals, you have a better clarity on like what you want to, you know, set out to do, or who you want to set out to be. Like for myself, when I was alone, I didn't know what to do, right? I kind of just, took a step back and started looking for a career, because I was like, okay, like, I need to get something done. Like, I've got nothing better to do, so like, why not just set out for a career and try to find something to do? And then from then on, it's kind of like, oh, okay, maybe I want to save for a car, and then after that, like, not even after that, it's like right now, it's like, okay, I wanna save for a house. So yeah, and then that I think that kind of just, it gives me the motivation to move forward.
I see. Yeah, right now my motivation is pretty low. It's not really there. And I don't know what to do to get that fulfillment.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I'm filling my life with empty space. No, empty things. I'm watching YouTube, I'm playing games and that. To try and get some dopamine in my system.
Yeah.
It's just becoming like, I'll just say boring. Like, I don't know where to find that fulfillment now in my life. I feel stuck, and I'm trying to get unstuck, but it's just difficult because I feel like my life is a mess. But I'm not a cleaner. I don't know how to clean it. There's things you can do like therapy and all that. They can definitely help, but I'm just in a jam right now, and
Yeah.
I said I'm ready for dating, but like with all these internalized issues, I can't bring that to a relationship. I'm gonna be giving a girl the ick.
Oh yeah, yeah. They'll think that as like baggage, you know.
Yeah, maybe I am the baggage.
Yeah, you gotta fight your inner demons before you fight the demons in real life.
Oh god. Yeah, there's a lot to work on. So, like, how do you keep your confidence high, Stephen?
Me? Well, I think the best thing that I've done is not give a shit about what other people think. You know, like, I don't really care what other people think, you know, like, if there are people that like me, then yeah, sure, there are people that like me, and I'll give the same energy back. And, you know, if they don't like me, then that's up to them, you know. I can't change how they feel. So I'll just do what I do, you know.
Yeah, I guess I'm not there yet. What other people think about me is still a concern of mine. I want to be liked, I want to be someone people can rely on and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been a people pleaser for most of my life. Because my parents told me, like, oh, because of this and this, people aren't going to naturally like you. But if you're nice to people, people like you.
Definitely not true. Like, you know, like being nice is the general default, right? Being nice is literally the general default of what everyone should be doing in the first place. But yeah, I think, you know, like, not everyone will do it, so you gotta keep yourself happy first. You know, like, you gotta drop everything for yourself. It's always love yourself first. Even myself, I had to learn the hard way. You know, you gotta learn yourself. You gotta love yourself before you can love anyone else.
Yeah, that's
And
definitely something I need to learn.
yeah, and even then, even if you love yourself, to be able to love someone else, there's even the chance that they're not gonna love you back too. So yeah, it's just how it is. And I think once you start accepting it, it becomes easier.
We talked about this before, but not on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about how the only compliment I ever get from people is, "Oh, you're so nice."
Yeah.
Like, no one really compliments me on anything else. And it's pretty disheartening because I know for a fact when people say nice as a compliment, it's because they got nothing else to say.
That's usually the general default of what they say.
I just don't know what I'm doing wrong where the only thing that people can say about me is that I'm nice. Like, I guess people have said I'm funny, like, sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's always good to hear, but I'm never complimented on my looks, that's for sure. Are you complimented on your looks, Steven?
Yeah, sometimes. Not a lot though, you know, because we're guys. I get more compliments from guys than I do from girls.
Hell yeah.
You know, like I get compliments from my friends and stuff, like my clubbing boys and whatnot. And when we're out drinking together, we're like talking mad shit, and you know, we're talking about each other's looks and stuff. And sometimes they'll be like, "Ah, man, you're a really good looking bloke, man. Don't doubt yourself," and stuff like that. And you know, us as guys, what can we do but empower each other, you know?
Yeah. It's just really rough because my love language is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And to hear, like, nothing from other people, it hurts, you know?
Yeah, it's a good thing my love language is not words of affirmation, because, you know, sometimes, like, people think things, but, you know, sometimes they don't say it. You know, I myself, like, sometimes I think things, or sometimes I don't say it too.
I guess that's what adds to my lack of self-esteem. Because I just feel like unappreciated in the world.
Yeah.
I know, like, compliments shouldn't be my do-all, you know. It shouldn't be, like, my defining factors. But I feel like hearing almost nothing good about yourself and how much negativity has been drawn towards me, I feel like my flaws have been pointed out a lot in my life.
Yeah.
And it's just really hard because I rarely hear the good stuff about myself. And with all the negative thoughts about myself towards myself, it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
I noticed there's like one thing where you shout words of affirmation to yourself in the mirror. Like, I am strong,
yeah, I've heard of that.
I am
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. Maybe I should try that again. Because the last time I looked in the mirror properly, I just said to myself, "You're so ugly, dude." And then I just start laughing. Yeah.
I think the only thing that I usually say to myself, I say it in my mind, because I don't say a lot of things out loud. You know, when I look in the mirror, I usually say, "Yeah, you'll be alright, mate."
It is what
Keep
it
your head
is.
up, you'll be alright. Yeah, and you know, it is what it is. That usually gets me through the day.
I just keep thinking, will I actually find love in this life?
Thank you.
Because right now, my mind's like, no, you won't find love. No one could love you how you are now. I think that's just my really self-defeating image I have of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you gotta look past that. It's always when you're not trying to look for things that you tend to find it in the end. Like when you've lost something in your room, right? And you try to look for it, and when you're not looking for it, you tend to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Have you heard of the thing like you attract what you fear? Like your fears know what you fear, and then those fears are more likely to find you. Because I'm scared of birds because
Yeah.
of a bad experience from when I was a child. And birds always seem to find me. Like they fly like right over my head or get really close to me. I'm like, damn. You know what, Steven? Maybe I should stop being scared of big titty goth girls.
Oh, true.
Oh, I'm
Very
so
true.
scared. I'm so scared of big titty goth girls. I hope they
Please.
don't find me.
Don't smother me in your big golf titties.
I would hate that.
I'm scared. Please don't do it.
Oh no,
No.
I got a phobia of big titty goth girls. I sure hope I don't see one in the street. I'll be so scared.
Oh man.
I'm scared of love and commitment. I sure hope love and commitment doesn't find me. Oh, shit. Alright, let's wrap it up here.
Oh, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, thank you for coming to our episode where we just ramble and talk about bullshit. I hope you enjoyed. This is Sen Podcast signing out.
Peace, everyone. Take care.